Hello everyone, this is David with Berkeley Pottery. Thank you for joining me today as we open the kiln to take out all the work that our painters painted over the past week. We also have some handmade, hand-thrown, locally crafted pottery in the kiln today with the paint your own pottery. So we'll see how that turns out. Here we go. If anyone in our audience painted over the last week, it's coming out of the kiln today. So wish us luck. First out of the kiln today is a handmade garlic pot. So this is a pot that is designed with holes on the side of it and is a storage pot for garlic bulbs. It keeps the garlic bulbs from drying out, and there are enough holes on the side of it to allow some moisture to escape but still keep the garlic bulb dry, and thus greatly extends the life of the garlic bulb. These are available at Berkeley Pottery on Queen Street in downtown historic Martinsburg. They are $16 a piece. It's a very good deal for a piece of handmade pottery these days. Here's the second one. Makes great Christmas gifts. I believe we have about 8 of these in the kiln this time around. Each one comes with its own personal design. Some of them are different. Of course, they're gonna have a little bit more carving than others, more holes and so forth. They all generally have about the same size and shape, but they do vary, of course, depending on how the glaze flows. Sometimes it'll hit one of these holes and do a nice little curve around it. And there's some really nice trail work that comes down with the carving that is designed to look like the leaves or stems of a garlic bulb. This is a glaze that's called Christmas Rouge because it is a mixture of a couple different reds and also a turquoise that we call turquoise trouble. So there we go. Garlic pots. I believe there are a couple more down further in the kiln. It is December, so we have a wide collection of Christmas ornaments. Nice candy cane. We have a Christmas tree ornament. Of course, it's paint your own pottery and it has a hole at the top where the wire can be attached and then hung from the tree. A young man came in and put handprints on some plates this year. They're gonna be great Christmas gifts for family members. Again, if you watch some of our other videos in the past, you'll know that these little ceramic pieces that I'm taking out now are stilts. Those are the pieces that the pottery sits on while it's on the shelf, so that when the glaze is curing, it does not stick to the ceramic shelf. The ceramic shelves are quite heavy, and although the kiln has cooled off, I do use these cloths to hold the shelf just in case there might be a stray piece of glass or glaze that has cured that might be sharp. So we gently, carefully remove this, set it to the side. And then we find our next second shelf. We will take out more of the handprint tiles. I believe the young man made about 4 or 5 of these for his family members. And they can be stacked as long as you're using stilts, of course, to keep them from sticking to each other. Good way to elevate the tiles and increase the amount that you can get in the kiln is to double stack the stilts. And I believe that's the last handprint tile of the bunch. Here we have a beautiful sunflower bowl. I do believe that was a yellow glaze going on. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they did use turquoise and I just didn't notice. Still beautiful either way. Here's the base of a Christmas tree. It is December, obviously, so we have a number of Christmas trees. They're very expensive pieces, but a perennial favorite. They're often handed down through the generations, and they take up a tremendous amount of kiln space, as you can see, so we can only get a couple of them in each firing. Here's the underside design of one of the garlic pots on the lid, carved to emulate a garlic bulb. Again, we're really proud of the brass stamp that we had made to mark the pottery. And I'm not sure this is the lid that goes with that one, but here's the inside of one of the pots again. Have two more of these guys. This one has a really nice thick application of the Christmas rouge around the top. Some really nice markings there on that. And I love how the glaze crawls away from the rim of the vessel here. It's beautiful, and it leaves an almost oatmeal color behind after it's crawled away. And I believe this is the last garlic pot of the bunch. This one actually looks like a garlic bulb shape-wise. And now for these two monsters. We'll take one of the giant Christmas trees out. Be very careful to not ding it on the other pieces, because there's a lot of little branches sticking out and a lot of places for it to catch and get chipped. A very heavy piece, but as many of you are familiar with these, they come with light kits, so there'll be a little star on the top of the tree and then a number of lights in those little holes. And it sits on a base, so it's actually nicely separated from a table if you have some, fake snow or something to put around it. We'll go ahead and take out a couple of the garlic pot lids, get those out of the way. Get another nice little carving design on the bottom for the lid for the garlic pots. So now we'll take out the posts, which are, again, just structural elements to hold up the various shelves of the kiln. And I realize those of you who are already potters know this routine. It may be repetitive to you because you know how to use a kiln. You may have your own kiln at home. For those of you in the ceramics industry, this might get a little dull for you, but the intended audience is those who've actually created pottery here over the past week, specifically painted it, so they can see their work coming out of the kiln. Still quite warm down in here, not too hot to touch anything, but still pretty toasty. But that feels really good with the cold weather we've had outside. Now we have plenty of room to take out the second Christmas tree. Again, we can only fire a couple of these at a time, even though our kiln is a very, very large kiln. This is a beautiful, glossy green. Dinner should be very proud of this. What a beautiful tree that's gonna make for a Christmas decoration. And next up, we will take out an owl. Good job. Nice color choices. And we have one more shelf to take out. You can see I'm kind of turning this on an angle before taking it out of the kiln. That makes it quite a bit easier. And we're down to our last shelf. I have some really cute items down here. Here's a monkey. Oh, here's the sunflower bowl. I remember a young lady putting yellow on her sunflower, so I was a little puzzled by the other one, but someone must have also used turquoise on the sunflower bowl. We have a toothbrush holder. Very practical, pragmatic choice for paint your own pottery with a cute floral design. It's very well done. I want to thank the community for being so supportive this month. We've actually sold a lot of handmade pottery at the retail space in the front of the shop. Martinsburg and those who live here in the surrounding areas have been very supportive and helped us through this difficult time. We also still sell pottery on our online store. So if you go to berkeleypottery.com, you'll see some of the items there that we have for sale. All of the items that we display for sale on the website are actually handmade right here in West Virginia, in the Eastern Panhandle, in Martinsburg and the surrounding areas. It's a nice unicorn planter. What a cool piece that is. Someone's going to be very happy. We have a beautiful handmade bowl here. This is actually handmade pottery with a simple but very effective glaze on it. Beautiful, almost like, it looks like outer space. Beautiful piece. I'm not sure who the potter was for that, but I do know who painted it. A nice mug, a great personalized design. Unforgettable, actually. A nice bowl. The artist and I had a long discussion about how to make the dots come out on the bowl, and basically the artist painted the entire bowl outside and then took a sponge and rubbed off just the circle on the top so that a different color could be applied. And that's actually a very effective technique and ended up in a nice result at the end. Okay, we're close to the end. We have a few more pieces to go here. This is the flower bowl. We have a couple ornaments. This one is a police officer ornament. A shout out to our men in blue. Thank you for your service. And this guy is actually a two-part ornament, so I am going to pull his hat out and put them together so the audience can see what he looks like put together. We have a base to hold one of the Christmas trees. This is probably for the green one. Now we have two more items. One is brown cow. Look at that. And our last but not least is an incredible cow painter. I just love this thing. I think they're so cool. I'm actually gonna paint one for myself. The kid had a very good idea with the black spots. Very cool. So again, thank you for joining us today. If you painted your pottery, the shop is open today until 8 p.m. Again, we're at 115 South Queen Street in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And we're also open from Thursday to Sunday from 1 p.m. until 8 p.m. I just want to thank the community again for being so supportive of us in this very difficult time, for shopping locally and giving us a chance to give back to the community. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on our next kiln opening. Thank you.